party news crew has been freed on bail after spending around 32 hours in a US jail. They were taken into custody in the state of Georgia whilst filming an annual rally near a military base nicknamed the School of Assassins.
I'm sorry, I'm a member of the press. I was asked to move. I moved over here, and now they're arresting me. And I don't understand why. It's really tight. It's really, really tight.
Well, our correspondent Kayleen Ford and cameraman John Conway were forced to pay a fine after they were accused of taking part in the unlawful rally. Police are still considering another charge against them for allegedly failing to obey officers' instructions. Kayleen Ford, who's at the centre of the story, describes the police's actions as brutal.
Union members, immigrant farmers.
It was tough. It was very stressful. We were treated like any other inmates, of course. We were not giving any special treatment, any special privileges. We were actually separated, men and women, so I didn't get to speak with my cameraman hardly at all. We could see each other occasionally through the window, and we sort of communicated with each other to try to tell each other that we were doing okay. It's a peaceful protest. There's never any sort of violence, never any sort of vandalism. In fact, the people who do this protest, although they're protesting against the so-called School of Assassins, the School of the Americas at Fort Benning, they're not protesting against this town, and they've actually enjoyed quite good relations with the surrounding community of Columbus, Georgia. This year, however, has been different. There were some arbitrary detentions. There were some arrests of innocent bystanders. Every year, of course, people intentionally get arrested to draw attention to the issues at the School of the Americas and the human rights issues of its graduates. However, this year's many people who were not intending to get arrested, who were merely innocent bystanders, including one man who's the owner of a barber shop, were also arrested and detained, myself and my cameraman included, for more than 30 hours. We weren't demonstrators. We were covering this as members of the news media accredited to cover this event. And so, of course, we pled not guilty to these charges. There's been local charges which have already gone through the system here, even though we weren't offered a trial, and then also state charges which are still pending. We had many people who were in solidarity with us. Outside of the jail, we got word that more than 200 people had gathered for a candlelight vigil outside the jail once they had learned we had been arrested. Those people stayed basically the entire time. They stayed through our hearing, our arraignment, showing solidarity, showing support for us. When we walked in, the courtroom was full of activists, of people in solidarity, of people who believed in our innocence, and especially as members of the press, and our right to tell the truth about what happened there.